name is Robert Self, and this is my living history speech. I did my speech on September 11, 2001, History in the Making. I'll begin by the actual events of the day. The first attack was at 8:20 a.m. That was Flight 11 was hijacked. NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command, was notified at 8:40 a.m. At 8:46 a.m., Flight 11 crashed into the World Trade Center. President Bush was in a classroom in Florida, and he witnessed it live from a television screen. The second attack of the day. Two F-15 jets took off from Otis Air Force Base in the attempts to catch Flight 175. At 9:03, the attempts failed, and Flight 175 crashed into the World Trade Center. This was 43 minutes after they lost contact with the pilot of Flight 175. The third attack of the day. Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon at 9:38 a.m. This was 1 hour after NORAD was notified of the first attack. Flight 93 went down in a field in Pennsylvania at 10:10 a.m. This was after the passengers of the plane had put up a fight, causing minuscule deaths. The South Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed at 9:59 a.m., followed about 30 minutes later at 10:28 a.m., the North Tower collapsed. In the following hours, tapes of 6 air traffic controllers that dealt with the situation of the hijacking were destroyed by a supervisor before anyone could ever hear them. 2 days following these attacks, the government found that bin Laden's family had been staying in Texas. While the rest of America was in a no-fly zone, they sent bin Laden's family members home. And all the hijackers had received their knowledge and training from the United States military. The death toll after these events were very high. In the World Trade Center alone, 2,606 people lost their lives. Flight 11 had 87 casualties. Flight 175 had 60 casualties. The Pentagon lost 125 lives. Flight 77 lost 59, and Flight 93 lost 40. This totaled out in 2,977 deaths in this one day. I interviewed my father. At this time, he was traveling with his job, and on Monday, September 10, 2001, he had left to take a class in Florida. His hotel was only 5 miles from the airport. As he was taking this class Tuesday morning, September 11, 2001, everyone in the class had no idea these attacks were going on. As the leader of the group walked in and read off a list of names, these people on this list were just out of the military and were on the active reserves. They were told they had to report to base within 3 days, no matter what. The class was released to ensure family members of their safety. At the airport, while my father's hotel was only 5 miles away, for the next 2 to 3 days, he heard no airplanes. When he was leaving Florida, he said that they checked everything carefully. There were armed soldiers at every checkpoint. However, he said once he got onto the plane, that everything was as usual, and you could see into the cockpit, and there was really not high security on the airplane itself. Since September 11, we've made huge steps in security. They've heightened security measures. When going through an airport now, you even have to take your shoes off, and they thoroughly check those, even under the insoles. We have begun a stronger terrorism watch list, and this did not spark until after the September 11th attacks. We also have racism going through airports. Now, if there's Arabs that go through the airport, they do get checked more closely than just a Caucasian person walking through the airport. In conclusion, September 11th, 2001 will be remembered for eternity. My father was traveling out of state during these events and saw America take action through airports all over the East Coast. The world of air travel is much safer now due to these attacks. I would like to thank my father for the interview, as well as 9/11 Facts and Daniel Pipe's United States Improving Security 5 years after 9/11.